Welcome back to the Dragons Fanfics. I'm Dragony Brony.
And I'm Dragon Ginger. This week we are talking about Coming Out of It by The Boss.
And it is not a clopfic despite the name.
That
is the reason I clicked on it originally. I was like, Coming Out of It. I was like, that's got to be a sex thing.
It actually does say it has clop
I haven't
in it.
finished the story, but I'm pretty sure I'm like 10 chapters from finishing it. No sex. The clop has to be in the final chapter. That's just the other way it works. But I digress.
Oh, yeah, 57.
Oh, mother. But does he back? It has to be. But anyways.
So, anyway, I actually haven't got the chance to read this. I've been working on another story that we will definitely talk about the entire series on this, but we're going to wait for that last book to come out.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to at least try to read through some of those.
If I can power through Diaries of a Madman, which had a new chapter come out that I haven't read yet.
Yes, it's awesome.
It's Diaries of a Madman. I digress. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I could power through Full of the Forest.
So, all 9 books of it.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. Hesitant to not retract the statement.
Yeah, so.
Alright, but anyways, so Coming Out of It is a, kind of a displaced story. Because it's a human being displaced. But he does not get powers or anything like that. He does not belong to that displaced genre. He gets sucked into a portal, gets sent to Equestria after, a zombie outbreak happens on his planet. And it's been like...
Gotta love zombie outbreak.
Yeah, it's been like 2-3 years. Something like that. And, oh man. So he's, I'm gonna ruin some plot for you on this.
Dude, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, okay, so anywho's. So, Dominic is a very mentally deranged person. Or dead, I guess deranged is not the proper word. He's very mentally dead. Emotionally. Emotionally dead, not mentally. Jesus.
Yeah, he's not a vegetable.
Yeah.
I know that much.
You're taking on zombies as a vegetable, that's how badass he is. No. No, zombies just avoid him because he's a vegetable. They don't like that.
Okay.
Alright, but no, so, he's emotionally dead, mentally scarred, that's what I was going for, yeah. Because he had to kill his little sister, his mother, and his father, back to back to back, in the span of like a minute 12.
Wow.
Zombies are a bitch!
Well, that's actually kind of traumatizing.
No. His little sister get bit. Little sister gets turned. Mom grabs the little sister, kid's like, oh, fuck, she got bit. Oh, fuck, my carotid! And Dad's like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, fuck, my arm! He's just sitting there going, got 6 rounds. I got a 12-gauge shotgun. And I got a revolver that can fire any type of bullet I fucking want besides shotgun slugs. And a horde of zombies, and I just killed my parents. I'm gonna go get some stress relief.
Sounds like it. I would need some serious therapeutic kill all the zombies for a couple days.
Oh no,
to deal with that.
His mental trauma isn't in there, because as you progress through the story, you learn that he had for lack of a girlfriend, but not a girlfriend.
Crush.
No, he
Friend with benefits.
No, childhood friend. They both wanted to bang each other, but they were both hesitant to bang each other to ruin the friendship.
Ah.
And
okay.
she was also I don't think he dated anybody else because he didn't really look. But she got asked out by like a jock from the football team. He was kind of abusive, so that was the whole fucking thing. The debacle. But that's not important. Yeah. Anyways, so her family apparently had an arsenal of weapons. Don't know why. Never explained it. They just had an arsenal of weapons in the store. So he's like, okay, if anything place is secure, it's that fucking house. So he goes there. Turns out that house is on fire. So he's like, oh shit. So he runs in, nearly dies from smoke inhalation, dragging her ass out. Parents were dead, we're assuming, or escaped. And as he's dragging her ass out and nearly passing out, he can't carry her, and then there's a swarm of zombies coming. So he's like, fuck. Goes to blow her brains out. Where I'm at right now, he's pretty sure he missed. Because he flinched, because he oh fuck. So he's pretty sure he missed where he's at, or at the very least that's what his nightmares consist of. Because the thought got placed in his head somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so that's all that's pretty much... And then he survived after that for like 2 years. Just curing zombies by with a fucking bolt in the head. And all that shit, and scavenging, surviving the land, and all that good shit. Then as he's going on a scavenger run, he opens up a mini fridge in a bar, gets sucked into a question from a portal in the mini fridge. Still,
it's Equestria.
still
magic.
not sure why it was in the mini fridge instead of the regular fucking deep freezer that he opened, but no, mini fridge, whatever.
It's mini fridges are glorious things. They're oftentimes bigger on the inside than they are on the outside. They're one of the few forms of magic humans have mastered.
They're also lightweight enough that they can be used as a club in an emergency situation.
Some.
House is on fire. Grab mini fridge. Window's gone. Let's go.
In that
Also-
situation, yes.
No. Grab mini fridge. Throw out window. And everybody's like, the house is on fire. Beer's outside in the mini fridge. Every teenage kid's like, beer's outside? Fuck the house. Beer's outside.
Oh, that's my family.
Roasting s'mores on the fucking burning house. How'd you guys manage to save the chocolate, the graham and crackers, and the marshmallows? Dude, beer's outside, bonfire house. What better?
I was reading the manga Akumetsu,
Oh, God.
and there's a scene where he lights a house with a banker inside, the head of a bank inside, and and he's staying outside with this banker's cat, the only family he has, roasting marshmallows, and then a fire truck with another Akumetsu comes in, and there we go.
That works, I guess. Well, what do you want? Oh, that's what you want.
It was honestly hilarious.
Alright. But alright, so after he gets sent to... I'm gonna have to read that. But honestly, after he gets sent to Equestria via mini fridge, he lands, I want to say, in the palace gardens. Uh-oh. So anyway,
I misplaced my phone.
you probably left it in your car.
Yep.
Anyways, but yeah, so he gets to Equestria, winds up in the palace gardens, if memory serves. And he was essentially starving when he arrived. Because, not a lot of food. And the whole zombie apocalypse, not readily available. And all that stuff. So he gets taken to the infirmary once he's proven to himself he's not hostile. After he wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, he wakes up, gets up in the palace garden, realizes he's not where he was, and then blacks the fuck out from lack of everything. And then wakes up in the infirmary, restrained. And then he has to prove that he's not lethal and explains some stuff to Celestia and Luna. So Celestia, being the motherly figure she is, and is used to dealing with ponies, keeps trying to get him to talk about it, as Luna's just like, you can just stop. You good? I got it. So Celestia just keeps trying to do this and do this and do this, and eventually he fucking snaps and just like rage tells everything, and Celestia's like, can't fathom it, and Luna's just like, Celestia, go to your room.
Told you.
Send Celestia to her room. And Celestia's like, what? But to your room, Celestia. She's like,
To the sun.
I know. So Celestia like teleports out into her room and shit like that, and he's still like, he went from like snapped rage to snapped cry, which is a weird transition, because it wasn't steadily declining in rage and building in sadness. It was just, no middle ground. I was like, what
I
the
believe
fuck?
that might be just one of those moments where the writer just...
So he didn't know how to transition, so he's like,
yeah.
it's like, fuck it. He's out of him.
Those happen.
He's out. He
Those
screamed
happen.
his anger out. Now there's just nothing but sadness.
I can kind of see just from what I'm looking through here, he's a good writer.
Yeah.
But he's not a great writer.
He definitely improves as he gets on, because like he's the kind of writer where it's a bit choppy at first, but smooths it out as he goes along. But he also, I don't know if he planned it or not, but he writes the story in such a way that it makes you want to reread it and look for shit in between the lines. Like, I'm reading it, and he's one of the few writers in the English class where the teacher said, what did the writer mean when he said the curtains were blue? He's one of the few writers where I want to go, he means the curtains were fucking blue. No, I'd be like, well, he's probably talking about his inner depression since he had to kill his family, his pseudo-girlfriend, and, shot her in the face. Possibly missed and left her to the zombies. That's gotta be something for him. But, yeah. But no, so he's definitely a good writer. But, anyway, stuff goes on. He gets pissed off at Celestia and all this. Twilight becomes his Sweeto sister, and she sees him as his Sweeto brother. Yeah. I don't know if he's actually met.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if he's met her brother, because this is all during Alicorn Twilight.
Oh, okay.
Like, Crystal Castle, Alicorn Twilight, I believe.
So all post season 4.
Yeah, but they're industrializing in the story.
Okay.
They also are making crossbow assault rifles.
Like, are we talking Gatling gun? Just
Nope. Crossbow?
Single barrel.
No, crossbow.
With the clip.
Nope, crossbow. Magic fucking missiles what that bitch fires.
Okay, that makes more sense, but still.
Yeah, so
worried.
magical crossbow assault rifle. That's what that is in my brain. But yeah, so no, they're doing this and they're like revolutionizing kind of everything, industrial evolution. And he's explaining shit like this, and he explains how he was going to join the military because it's been like a family tradition and all that. Mm-hmm. And he somehow gets stuck into being a military because he somehow managed to convince Luna and Celestia and Twilight to make the United States a sovereign country, even though he's the only fucking human.
Okay.
Don't know how he managed. I honestly can't remember how he managed that, but it was a fucking read. Yeah, so he did that. There's a press conference and a blue blood and all this good shit, and he points out, he's like, everything you're doing now, we did hundreds of years ago. Okay? We just didn't have magic. So you're a lesser species then. No, we fucking did it with thumbs. And he does this story. They're like, thumbs? Yeah, you see these? Go ahead. Try and hold a hammer with your hoof. Yeah. Oh, that's difficult. Fucking hammer! We built shit! That's what we did.
Every human ever. And
That's not.
Booms!
That's not his exact words, obviously, but that's pretty much what it came down to. And then he's like threatened to almost fucking kill Blue. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill Blue Blood, so I'm gonna walk away. So yeah, that's
nobody would have batted an eye.
Oh no, everybody would have batted an eye. Even Celestia was like, because he insults Celestia. Like he says nothing bad about Luna. He says nothing bad about Twilight, but he insults Celestia. Like not like
Dominic here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not like Celestia, you're a fat bitch. Shut the fuck up. No. He's like, Celestia, do us. I'm trying to think. He's like, it was pretty much boiled down to Celestia, do us all a favor, and just look pretty like you're supposed to. Yeah, no. And so everybody was like, Luna was like, fainting, like shocked. No, because she knew, because Celestia and him had like one Tinder moment, and that was like during Christmas when because he kind of considers Luna family already in Twilight and all that, and he's like, they managed to somehow time warp him a United States flag, like a fucking weird flag, but yeah. So no, then Celestia was all hesitant, and he's like, Celestia, where I'm from, Christmas is a time for sharing good tidings with family and friends. You're definitely not a friend, but you're family to what I consider family, which makes you a really, really annoying cousin. Come here and join the hug.
You are a really annoying cousin.
Yeah.
That's American logic to a T.
Yeah, but that's pretty much, like, that was one of his exact words, but that's pretty much what that boiled down to as well. But yeah, no, so anyways, press conference, all this stuff happened. Sovereign Nation gets contracted somehow by Equestria to be a military advisor over the make of armor and the weaponry to inspect it, because, we're humans, we went to war so much, and Celestia knew this, and she's like, well, seeing as how his country in his world, let alone his country alone, had his world's largest military, and he was going to join the military. I'm assuming he knows something about it. Not to mention, he explained to me that in all of human history, only 328 years of it have been at peace total. No, sorry, less than 328 years.
Yeah.
Like 100.
And those were scattered. It wasn't like they were clustered. No. It was a year here.
Most of that was when we were nomadic. That's the sad part. It's like, oh, here's a city. There's a city. I want that fucking city. What's human logic? It's like, I like their city better than our city. Why? Because our city's made out of brick, theirs made out of stone. What's the difference? Bitch, shut up.
There's wheat in those bricks.
There's wheat in those bricks. Yeah, but
there's not any in the
It's
stone.
like, yeah, but we have cheese. I know. Am I the only one who wants to make a fucking grilled cheese here? What's a grilled cheese? let's take over the city. You'll find the fuck out, won't you? Human logic.
That is human logic.
But no, alright, anywho, but yeah, so he does all this stuff, and he, Equestria, because, you know, they're fucking ponies, don't know too much about war, have a contest between inventors to see who can make the best armor. Only one person entered, and it was so bad. Oh my god. Like, the way he explained it was, like, left the entire chest open. Like, the helmet was, like, teeny as shit. Didn't protect any of the vitals. And it was just literally shiny as fuck. And he's like, well, alright. I see a couple of flaws here, but what's it made out of? Oh, instead of gold, we replaced it with fucking, God, what did you say it was? Fucking...
Mithril?
No. Tin.
Silver?
Almost something tin-like.
Aluminum?
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's made out of this new material we found, and he shows it to him. He's like, that's aluminum. You do you know what steel is? Yeah, steel's pretty durable material. Yeah. Why didn't you use steel? Oh, because steel's not as shiny as aluminum. Why do you need it to be shiny? Because it has to look good. No! What's his response? No, it doesn't have to look good. It has to be functional before it looks good. Well, it is functional. Give me a knife. What? Give me a knife. Give me a knife. Okay. Stabs the mannequin. He's dead right now. There was no resistance there. That armor is not functional. Some other pony comes. He's like, is it too late to put in my thing for a contest? He's like, no, fuck it. Well, let's see what you got. Comes in there. His is actually good. He points out a few flaws. Like, all right, you gotta do this some shit, and work on the helmet a little bit. But, you know, he's like, what's it made out of? Tungsten? You fucking have tungsten?
Whole plate mail made of tungsten.
It was tungsten combined with, like, little bits of tungsten here and there to reinforce the vital areas in the joints. And then everything else was steel. I was like, fucking yeah. He got the general idea, and he's like, all right, now all you gotta do is make it a little bit lighter, more movable, so you know they can actually fight, and then just for the sake of flash, add something flashy. I'm not too good at the flashy stuff. I know just the guy to talk to. But yeah, no. So he does all that stuff, and he goes in. They're crossbow assault rifles. He has no clue what the fuck's going on with that. He's like, just fires magic out of it. Yeah, in the shape of an arrow. And it penetrates. I'm assuming. Yep. I'm not seeing a flaw.
Here.
Yeah, no,
it's great.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing a flaw. It's like, but can only unicorns use this? Oh, no. See, we have these magic stored in these little teeny crystals that are used. How many shots can that fire before you have to replace the crystal? About 32. Assault rifle. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, he does that shit. And, okay, so that's the thing. And then he gets sent away as a military advisor to help rebuild the Castle of the Two Sisters as a forward base for it kind of thing. And while that's happening, Minotaurs and Zebras are clashing over a little teeny fucking island that has no strategic worth whatsoever. It's literally just a fucking island with nothing on it. And so they go to war over that. And he's like, alright, well, that's fucking annoying. Celestia, hesitant as always to kill. They're like, we shouldn't get involved. And they're just like, we're gonna get involved, whether we want to or not, Celestia. That's just how it's gonna happen. We've literally been the mediator for this fucking conflict that's been going on for 500 years. We're gonna get involved. We're too far in. But no, so, she, decides to make him president of the United States.
I allow this.
Yeah, you know, he's
it's
like...
better than Trump.
No, she gives him the options, like, well, we need your military knowledge and all this, and your species, all that, and as such, the United States of America is already a sovereign nation. You being the only member would put you as the leader. He's like, I can't be the president. She's like, why? Because nobody fucking voted for me. She's like, give me a piece of paper. There you go, you've been voted in. He's like, that's not how that works. You're not an actual member, and I can't, but you know what? Fine. I will be acting president until enough people can join my country and then vote. We can have a vote in the election. She's like, right, fuck it, whatever. You can still do shit? Yeah, I can do shit now. So he does all that. So what's he do? Luna's Thestrals, thank you. Thestrals, most of them join it. Like, not most, but some join him up. And he's like, oh, what? You want to become citizens of the United States? Yes. Un momento. Buttons up a shirt. Gotta look official fish. Welcome to the net. Explains some shit like that and makes him swear an oath. So then he goes straight into Black Ops shit with his military operations. Like fucking like in the span of a week he managed to train snipers with the crossbows and all that shit. Sorry, managed to construct and train snipers for all that shit. Taught them how to fight and with camouflage and all that good shit. And he pretty much
guerrilla warfare. Woot.
Yeah, no, he sabotages the Minotaurs, I believe. Yeah, he sabotages the Minotaur side and cuts off their food supply and like blows up a fucking warehouse and all that good shit. And then as all that's happened, and then like I want to say 2 days later after the mission, they actually had their first clash, and the zebras just fucking decimate them because of what the United States did. And this was the first act of war that their world has seen in over 1,000 years. So they're all like, "Oh fuck, we're burning! Oh fuck, we're burning them alive!" You know, kind of thing, because they fucking had catapults, fucking shooting Molotovs essentially. Just Minotaurs were in the trenches, just fucking. Oh fucking Jesus! I am literally melting. Yeah. You know, so
oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, and so while this is going on, you got zebras charging their lines and fucking stabbing and killing them and all that, and then the press is like all over it. Obviously, like and Celestia's reading all this. She's like, "What the fuck?" And then she gets onto the front, looks back to the front page, and it shows a zebra pulling a Minotaur out. And it's like, "There's still hope for us," or some shit like that on the front page. You know, some stupid shit like that. And she gets all pissed off about it, and then she notices something on her desk. And she looks at it and is like, "Equestria hereby formally recognizes Dominic as the acting president of the United States of America." Reads it again, reads it again, reads it again. And then she just screams, "Equestria has recognized Dominic as the acting president of the United States!" Then she thinks back and looks back at the paper, looks back at that, looks back at the paper, looks back at that. "I said we would not interfere!" Goes in, charges into his fucking office, which is in the castle at the moment. She's like, "You!" No, the guards stop his guards, which are U.S. soldiers, stop Celestia in her own castle after she tries to go to Luna, and the Thester will stop her there. She's like, no. And she's like, "Fine, she's my sister's guard. It's not my place to fucking boss my sister's guards around. You know, whatever." Goes there, and they try and stop her, and she's like, "I will not be bossed by fucking civilians." Oh no, and she like just charges in there, and he's like, "Jesus, yes, Celestia," as he's drinking scotch, smoking a cigar with a revolver right there. I'm like,
that is the most American thing I've heard in ages. Smoking a cigar while sipping on a scotch with a revolver on his desk.
But no, so Celestia charges in, he explains all this. He's like, "Yeah, that was my action. I was requested by Equestria to take action in the war, and I did. Whatever. I made no such request. You're not the one in charge, Celestia, in case... You're not the only one in charge, Celestia. Luna?" That was his response, just raised his hand going, "No shit." Essentially. And she's like, "But what? Why?" And then his response is fucking perfect, just to show like how much more rational he is than Celestia in this case, because he's like, "Well, Celestia, for 500 years you've been trying to negotiate between it to the point that even you have given up on it and decided to let them do as they will. However, if the Minotaurs were to win against the Zebras, which they would have, it just would have taken a bit longer than what this little war did, they would have continued their expansion aggressively onto other borders, thus starting more wars. And in case you forgot, Minotaurs are are a border country to Equestria, which is full of food, free land, gyms, with a flourishing economy and society."
Did you say gyms?
Gyms. Fucking gyms.
Oh, gems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flourishing society. You really think, in their arrogant bravado, since they just fought and won their first war in Equestrian history in 1,000 years, that they don't think they could take on the Solid Diarch who did nothing and sat by? And she's just like, "Yes, Celestia, you are a pacifist. Now, while I admire that personality in person, in a leader that is a fatal flaw. I've been acting president for 1 week, and in my week, I have done more than you have to help Equestria in over 1,000 years. Go back and sit on your throne and look pretty like you're supposed to."
And look pretty like
damn! That's pretty much what that boiled down to. And she just storms the fuck out. And his secretary, Sonar, fucking knows exactly what's going on. Because he's like, "So, she's already in there. I have your scotch refill. Thanks. And here's all those papers you asked for." "I didn't ask for papers, but alright." "Oh, hey, look, these are the plans I was going to have you to get." And she's gone. He's like, "What the Alright.
That's good service.
Yeah, he's like, alright, yeah, whatever. And then she comes in. You hungry? Yeah, I guess I could eat. I'm back for some food. He's like, glad I made her that secretary. I feel so bad for Sono though. She gets tortured. Not like beaten, tortured. Like, oh god, what is it? Equal sign? The equal sign kitty mark thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. Thestrals, thank you, are weak in sunlight and all that, and constantly being exposed to it's actually unhealthy for them because it slowly cooks them alive. So, yeah. Sparkle bitch, whatever her name is.
Starlight Glimmer.
Glimmer bitch, there we go. Glimmer bitch is like, okay, well, she's being rowdy. Chains her out in the middle of the fucking open plot with no clouds in their little fucking city area.
Open
and just,
plot.
Yeah.
There's plots. And then there's plots.
And then there's
the plot.
There's plots, there's plots, there's the plot, and then there's dat plot. Yes.
Who's got that plot?
Dude, everybody know who got that plot. But I digress on that one. But yeah, no, so that's the thing that happens, and trying to think here. Goes to war with the changelings after he funds his first city. Founds his first city. American city, you know, and all this good shit. And dude, they fucking wreck him. No, sorry, not the changeling. He wrecks the changelings. He's not even there. He's in this weird coma thing after they fucking put Glimmer to death. Like, literally, so she's like, I hereby sentence you to death.
Oh!
Via beheading. Via hanging. Yeah, that
Celestia saying that is.
Well, no, it's because it was a court thing and it has to be unanimous for the death penalty. And Glimmer was just like, fuck you, I'll just go to jail. Celestia's too much of a pacifist to do anything. And as she's looking and she's like hesitant at first, and she just looks at Dominic, and Dominic just goes, "This is literally where you get to see how you're seen for the rest of your life." As a weakling who didn't
for the next 500 years.
Well, no, because what she did was grand high treason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, "So Celestia, are you just gonna let this slide with a slap on the wrist, like you do with everything else, or are you going to actually put your foot, whatever the fuck it is, down?" So fucking she agrees to the death penalty. Alright, and the fucking hanger, that causes him to have this weird mental episode and snap and fucking scream some random bullshit, passes out. Luna and Celestia go into his brain, try and get him back. Some shit happens there. He wakes up like a month and a half later. But in that month and a half, his city's, doing his thing, blah, 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 going about its way. And then the changelings attack, led by Chrysalis. Now the elements of harmony are there at the time. No.
Changelings decimated.
No. The elements of harmony there at the time, just, like...
Vacation?
Well, because Twilight wanted to see Dominic and all that. And all that shit happened, and, he lost his mind and all that, so she went over because his Sonar got put in charge because she's his secretary, but also his vice president, essentially. And, everybody recognizes her as the vice president because she's like, well, who's going to lead? Everybody's just like, bitch, you knew him best out of all of us. Shit, you literally knew what he wanted before he wanted it. That's how well you knew him. She's like, well, yeah, fair enough. And before you ask, no, there's not a romantic thing going on between Sonar and Dominic. She's married with kids.
Okay, but there is a romance tag in this.
Oh yeah, him and Luna go... I'm assuming him and Luna go downtown, pound, wound, and fucking scream to night glory. That's the only way that can be described.
And there's the plot.
Yeah. But no, so that's the thing, and they're there, and Twilight, the first wave happens, catches them by surprise, and the Americans manage to push them off. Like, it was not like it was nothing, but, they're like, oh, fuck. I think through the entire attack, because it was a two-wave thing, the first one caught him off guard.
Nope.
It's not Luna?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
He does, who does he? Who? You... Yeah!
Read and find out.
Oh, I will. But yeah, no. Anyway, so this attack's going on. Twilight managed to pull up a fucking dome that would make Shining Armor proud.
Of course.
Yeah, as an Alicorn, I took that, which good as a Shining Armor in that case, by the way. But yeah, no, all this happens, domes. Rainbow becomes a volunteer for the U.S. military. her friends do not like that.
Yeah. Although she wanted to be Wonderbolt, so
Yeah, which is Air Force essentially. But,
yeah.
But so she joins all this stuff, and oh, dude, she gets a proper U.S. military welcome. I'd like to join the front line. You? Yeah? You. Yeah, really? Really? You? I'm looking at you right now, and you look like you could defend yourself as well as about a fucking 3-year-old toddler. Hi, I'm Wayne Badass Flash Flying Crusher, and hey, my fucking crossbow shoots about as fast as you initial start. All I gotta do is shoot a little bit in front of you and you're dead. Go ahead, wanna try? Didn't think so. Then, so they put her through basic training because she, Ramadash doesn't back down, but she's kind of fucking hesitant after that. Yeah, so no, she's like, put her through basic training. Alright, well, here's the basic training. We're gonna do this in about 3 hours, so let's start with, you're a fucking maggot, I'm better than you. If I say die, you die. What? Now run!
Run, bitch!
She's like, fuck, runs, gallops, and as she's doing this, she's got the guy running, the drill sergeant running behind her. No, this is your weapon, this is a blah, 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 blah. Starts disassembling. This is how you disassemble. She's like, can we do them one at a time? You shut up and run and listen when I speak, bitch! You know, that kind of thing. So as that's going on, she's fucking all this shit, and like put her as this is happening, someone's taking her measures and getting her uniform made and all this good shit.
That's absolutely beautiful.
You know, so she's like, oh, and she after basic training, she's tired as fuck and like, dig a trench. What? Well, help dig a trench, should I say? Why? Because they're putting up barricades, digging a trench, because changes are all over there, and they didn't decide to surround them for a fucking reason. I don't know, but all this good shit. She goes to that and it's like, all right. Shield's gonna last for me. I've got an estimate. Shield's gonna last for about 3 hours. Our fortifications are about as good as they're gonna get. You can go rest for 3 hours. And she's like, oh, thank God. Goes in there and fucking meets up with the six and like, Rainbow Dash, where have you been? Look at the attire. That's pretty much what that goes down to. She puts the gun down. They go to poke it. She's like, don't touch it. Why? Sorry. You just don't touch it. I do not want to see the drill instructor again. Don't touch it. Yeah, so she explains. She's like, that isn't... She's like, well, it's just a crossbow. She's like, no. That is not a crossbow. That is a weapon used to kill. What? Yeah, that is what that was made for. No, it was made for protecting. No. We are the ones who do the protecting. We do that by firing that at the enemy. That fires a magic projectile that makes a hole in the enemy. That hole, thus leading to the enemy dying. That kills ponies. We just help by pulling the trigger. Yeah, it's pretty much how
that is the longest guns don't kill people, people kill people type speech I've heard in a while.
Oh no, people don't kill people. The gun kills the person. The bullet leading the gun kills the person. The bullet killed the motherfucker. He just helped by pulling the trigger. But yeah, no. So that's explained. They push back the changelings. The changelings surrender. They capture Queen Chrysalis and most of the other changelings. They make a little POW camp in their fucking city. They're like, fuck it, POW camp, build it. What? Do it. Come on. Build a POW camp in like a day. It's like a legit old school POW camp. Fucking fence built around, barracks built, and they're like, this is where you stay. It's like, oh, you did that in a day?
Whoop you.
Yeah, you did that in a day? Yeah, we did that in a fucking day.
We're American.
Yeah. No, so they do all that shit. And then Dominic comes back, and he's like, what the fuck happened? Yeah. He's like, I clearly missed something, because there's a couple of buildings that have been destroyed. It looks like half my city was on fire, and I now have a POW camp in the middle of my fucking city. And what are those black bug things doing? Those are changelings? What the fuck are changelings? Oh, they burned half my city. And that would explain the POW camp. No, so he's like, oh, fuck, alright. You captured the queen. Okay, alright, give me a minute. Goes into his office, tidies up, puts his fucking... Gets like
tie.
Not tie. He has an old W2 helmet from his grandfather, puts that fucking on instead of a top hat. And then he gets a jacket and puts that fucking on, buttons it up, and as they're going over, his sonar's like, are you cold, sir? If you want, I can get you another jacket. He's like, what? No, this is just to look professional. I'm hot as hell under this. So he goes in there and he's talking to Celestia. Not Celestia, but Chrysalis. Sorry, both start with C's. No, so he's talking to the Chrysalis, and as he's doing this, he lights a cigar, and he's explaining the situation to her and all the possibilities that can happen. Because he's like, essentially, because she's still wanted by Equestria. So he's by being in her prisoner war, his POW camp, he's protecting her from Equestria. Because Equestria knows about this and wants her. He's refusing that. at the moment. So he's like, I'm literally the only thing stopping you from being beheaded. Though I could behead you if I so wish. But he digress. But anyway, so as he lights the cigar and he's talking and all that shit, as he finishes, he leaves and he's like, leaving out. And then I believe the exact quote was for Chrysalis after he closed the door was, as much as I want, as like, because he wrote, as much as Chrysalis was trying to think about all the possibilities and all that, all she couldn't help but remember, all the things she could focus on was the smell of his cigar. But to her, it didn't smell like a cigar. It smelled like brimstone from a dragon that just got awoken. I'm like, oh, oh. And then she has more changelings. Like where I'm at right now, she has more, like another changeling army that's about to invade them to get their queen back. And that's where I stopped, and I'm like, oh. And then I haven't slept since Saturday. And it's fucking Tuesday, people. Tuesday. That is so many hours I don't want to count.
It's actually Wednesday now.
Motherfucking goddamn nucleus.
Alright, with
well,
that...
this has been Dragons of Fanfic.
I'm Dragon Ginger.
I'm Dragony Brony.
It's been Dragons Fanfic. Have a good week.